How are you, children? Please bear with the present crisis and let us all pray for all so that we can combat the pandemic. Today I am going to explain Act 3, Scene 2 of Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. So, we were at that point of time when Bassanio has chosen the right casket. Portia is very happy. In her aside, please refer to page 61, line number 108. Portia, in her aside, states that all other passions fleet to air. Means she is only overwhelmed with the passion of love and ecstasy of love. What is ecstasy of love? The highest form of happiness that she has derived from love. Why? Because her man, the man whom she had cherished to, the man whom she had wished to marry, that man has chosen the right casket. So she is very happy. She finds all other passions fleet to air. Fleet means, what is the meaning of fleet? It's just evading in the air. All doubtful thoughts and rashed in rest despair. What is meaning of doubtful thoughts? She was doubtful whether Bassanio can choose the right casket, whether he can rise up to the occasion, whether he can meet her expectations. She was very much worried about it. So when we love someone and when we expect something magical to happen, parallel to this expectation, despair or hopelessness or frequent frustration embraces us quite all on a sudden. Hopelessness embraces us whenever we go on to the height of expectation. We come to an anticlimax when we think that things would not turn up well. So Portia, whenever she felt that Bassanio would surely choose the right casket, diametrically opposite to that expectation came rash embraced despair or desperate frustration that Bassanio may not be successful in correct choice. And therefore there was shuddering fear. Why shuddering fear? Because she would then have to marry somebody else. It's very pathetic when a lady or anybody, it can be a man also, when the person loves someone and he or she is forced to marry somebody else. And green-eyed jealousy. All these were the emotions which she had contradictorily experienced, suffered and enjoyed and suffered. Contradictory emotions all these days. And now it was a shower of love. Oh love, be moderate. She is addressing love. Oh love. What figure of speech is this? This is apostrophe. 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 When we address something inanimate or abstract object as human beings, when we address such abstract things as human beings, we call it apostrophe. Okay, so oh love, be moderate. She asks her passion of love to be moderate. It is so much in excess. She is so much overwhelmed with ecstasy or great delight that she wants love to moderate this excess, this feeling of excess. She wants joy to be rained on her, to be showered on her in measure. In measure means moderately. So much of anything is being something quite overwhelming. She is a very practical person. She wants things to come in measure. She wants to scan the excess. Maybe she is afraid of that satiety. You know what is satiety? It is something which, it is a kind of frustration which comes from excess of anything. Excess of joy, excess of money, excess of luxury, excess of satisfaction is satiety. She does not want to experience satiety. That is why she wants to scan the excess of love and joy. She wants to experience it, relish it, sip by sip, just as we experience a nice drink. I feel too much thy blessing, it make it less, for I fear I surfeit. See, she is talking about satiety. She will surfeit. What is the meaning of surfeit? It will be excess for her. She may not enjoy it. Okay? She may not enjoy it. She feels that the blessing may be too much for her to bear. Bassanio finds the portrait of Portia. Now, the entire speech of Bassanio is invested on the description of the portrait and a comparison between the portrait and real Portia. If you analyze it by the present situation, the present concept of love, you might feel that it is quite a bit of too much. People in these days do not express love in such hyperbolic statements. But in those days, it was a decorum. Elizabethan court love was a kind of formal love. Not formal love. The expression of love contains some formality. I told you the beloveds were considered to be divas, set on high pedestal, and the lovers were like humble petitioners. They pledged their love and tried to win over the diva. Okay. So now Bassanio, he finds the portrait and he is also very much surprised and happy. What find I here? Opening the laden casket. Fair Portia's counterfeit. What is the meaning of counterfeit? The exact copy, image, picture. It is already given in your book. Fair Portia's counterfeit. What demigod had come so near creation? See, this demigod. Please try to understand this thing. The demigod is the artist. Poets and other literary persons, artists, they have always considered artists and creative people very close to God. These people are rendered with godly powers, superpowers. That is why they have such heights of creativity. So, what demigod had come so near creation? The meaning is, who is the artist who has been so perfect in his creation of Portia's portrait? Near creation. Means the portrait is almost close to the person alive. The portrait is quite lively. And this person who has made the portrait is a divine person. He is gifted, he is God gifted. Now, when he looked at the eyes of the portrait, it seemed that the eyes were moving. He said, "Move these eyes, or whether riding on the eyeballs of mine, they seem to be in motion." Bassanio is quite confused. The portrait is so lively, he finds at a certain point of time that the eyes are moving. And then he realizes, no, the eyes are not moving. The eyes are so fixed to his eyeballs. The eyes of Portia's portrait are so fixed to his eyeballs that they are moving along with his eyes. Seem they in motion? So, here is Shakespeare, the creative person. He is a literary person. He is trying to pay tribute to another creative person, the imaginary artist. He is trying to pay tribute to all the artists, all the painters of that time who made real life paintings. Okay, so it is a tribute from one artist to another one. Move these eyes, or whether riding on the eyeballs of mine, seem they in motion. Here are the severed lips. What is the meaning of severed? Parted. So the portrait is drawn in such a way, the portrait is having the portrait of Portia is having her lips severed. It's a kind of gesture, a kind of very realistic gesture, when the portrait gives you an impression that the lady or whoever it is trying to say something, and it adds to the life of the picture. So the portrait of Portia had severed lips. Bassanio feels that these lips are parted. These lips are parted with sugar breath. Means the breath of Portia, the breath coming out from Portia's mouth is as sweet as sugar. So what is this sugar breath? It is a metaphor. It is a comparison. The breath coming out from Portia's mouth is as sweet as sugar. So what does this suggest? This lady had a great sense of oral hygiene, isn't it? Her breath is as sweet as sugar. And Bassanio feels that it is a sweet bar. Bar means barrier between the two parted lips. And these two parted lips are like two sweet friends. Here is an imagery, a picture of two sweet friends. A picture of two sweet friends. Okay, the imagery suggests that there were two good friends. They were always glued to one another. They always remained stuck to one another. But now a barrier has come between them. A barrier of sweet breath has come between the upper lip and the lower lip of Portia. That is why they are parted. Fine. Then Bassanio goes on to appreciate her hair. Here is her hairs. The painter plays the spider. I don't think it's a nice comparison. Do you think it's a very nice comparison? The hair is like cobweb. I don't appreciate this, but it has been said to suggest something else. What is that? Here in her hairs, the painter placed the spider and had woven a golden mesh. So, a new kind of hairstyle has come in fashion as well nowadays, When you go to the parlor, when the ladies go to the parlor and they want a hairdo, the hairdresser suggests messy hair, messy, messy hair. And here Portia's hair is compared to meshy, meshy. Mesh means small net, isn't it? Meshy, web-like net. Okay, the painter has played the role of a spider, and her hair is like a golden mesh, spider's web. Okay, and the spider's web, though it might not suggest something very elegant, but it has some other purpose. What is that purpose? It is entrapping the hearts of men. The blonde beauty with golden curls and golden cobweb-like hairs. She is entrapping the hearts of men faster than gnats in cobwebs. So here is a simile. Faster than gnats. Gnats means small worms. Okay, faster than small worms in the cobwebs. So her hair is highly active, isn't it? They are catching men's hearts more promptly than the spiders catching worms in their nets, in their webs. But her eyes, she had marvelous eyes, as we can get an impression of it. But her eyes, how could he see? Who is this he? He is the painter. How could the painter look at the eyes to paint them? How could he see to do them? How could he at all look at the eyes? Because these eyes are so magnetic. They are so bewitching. Bewitching means, one that enchants the onlooker. One that enchants whoever looks upon her eyes. Okay. So, how could he see to do them? How could he paint the eyes? For painting the eyes, he needed to look at the eyes properly. How could it happen? Because having made one eye, having particularly focused on one eye, he would have been blinded by the glory of Portia's one eye only. He would not have been left with his eyes, with his vision. Why? Because the eyes are so beautiful. Painting one eye would have blinded him. Having made one eye, methinks it would have power to steal both his. Having painted one eye, he would have lost his power of vision for both eyes. He would have been blind. His both eyes would have been blinded. And leave itself unfurnished. Leave itself unfurnished means it would have left the entire world incomplete. Entire work incomplete. Why? The entire work would have been incomplete because having painted one eye, the painter would have been blinded. Would have lost his vision, and he couldn't have painted another eye. The entire portrait would have remained incomplete in that case. He praised so much, and then he says, "Yet look how far the substance of my praise." What is the substance of his praise? The summary or the sum total of his appreciation. Substance means summary. Praise means appreciation. Appreciation of what? Appreciation of the portrait. The substance or summary of his appreciation of the portrait is doing wrong to this shadow. To this shadow means to this portrait. Children, this is a concept, It has always been considered, Robert Browning has mentioned it in his poem, and it has been considered by many literary authors and poets that visual art form is superior to literary art form. Visual art form is superior to literary art form. See, you must be remembering my stick drawings as you refer. As you refer to my drawings, they are the stick drawings, isn't it? There is a stick like hand, there is a stick like leg and all. But why do I do that? Why do I draw to explain things? I'm missing it, Because that simple sketches, those simple drawings bring out the concept much clearly than all my explanations. If I say the girl was beautiful, my concept of beauty may not match your concept of beauty. You may say, no, she is not beautiful at all. How can you say that she is beautiful? So literary art form fails here. Had you seen the portrait of the lady or the girl I am referring to, you could have considered it whether she is good looking or bad looking. It would have been clear to you. But if I say beautiful, it may not express the same meaning to you. You could have got the clear conception of the look of the person when you see the visual expression of it. So literary art form is always inferior to visual art form. So when Bassanio says that my summary of this appreciation falls short to the artist's painting, see, just mark the line. Yet look how far the substance of my praise doth wrong this shadow. Shadow means the portrait. Doth wrong means it is my appreciation is doing wrong to this portrait. The portrait is superior to my appreciation. In underpricing it means I am devaluing, I am depreciating the vision of the poet, the expression of the artist by my words. Okay. So far, this shadow means this portrait, doth limp behind the substance. What is the substance? The second one, doth limp behind the substance. This substance means real Portia. Children, I take it for granted that you have opened the book while listening to this explanation. Otherwise, you won't understand anything. So, Bassanio's appreciation has depreciated the portrait, and the portrait has depreciated the real Portia. Fine. So far, this shadow doth limp behind the substance. What is limp? When somebody cannot walk properly and he is crippled, suppose I am a crippled person, a handicapped person, and you are, say, PT Usha. You are PT Usha, and I am a crippled, handicapped person. So by the time you reach Dunlop from Shodhpur, just running, I, a crippled person, will limp not even up to BT Road, Shodhpur traffic mode. Why? Because I am limping, and you are so superior. You're PT Usha. You have already crossed Dunlop. So what Bassanio tries to say is that the portrait is limping behind the real appearance of Portia, while Portia's real Portia's looks have reached Dunlop. The portrait has already has merely reached Shodhpur traffic mode, and Bassanio's appreciation of the portrait, it has not even crossed the flyover. It is still in the Kachkol mode, trying to rush. So what is the explanation behind this entire thing? Literary art form is inferior to visual art form, and visual art form is inferior to the real look of a person, the real person. Okay. So what does Bassanio say? The substance of my praise doth wrong this shadow, in underprizing it. So far this shadow doth limp behind the substance. The second substance means real Portia, and the substance in line number 127 means summary of Bassanio's appreciation. Now he finds the scroll. There is a scroll in every casket, So he reads, the content and summary of my fortune. Reads, you that choose not by the view means the outward show, external appearance, chance as fair and choose as true. So chance as fair means you are going to be fortunate. You have a fair chance. And you choose truly. Because you have chosen well, your chances of winning is fair. Since the fortune falls to you, be content and seek no new. Fortune falls. Who is the fortune now? Fortune is Portia, because she has brought luck as well as wealth. The fortune has fallen upon Bassanio. Be content. Be satisfied with Portia only, and do not seek for new mates, for new partners. See, what was the clause of the Joyce of Casket? You remember? What was the clause? The person who chooses unsuccessfully cannot marry. But it has never been said the person who chooses successfully cannot marry. So Bassanio, who has chosen successfully, he can go and marry somebody else also. Rather than Portia, or besides Portia, he can go and marry somebody else also, no? He can have 2 or 3 or 5 wives. That was not quite unjustified in that period. So the scroll states that be satisfied with your wife and don't go and search for new ones. If you be well pleased with this and hold your fortune means luck, for your bliss. Bliss means happiness. Turn you where your lady is and claim her with a loving kiss. It is a part of Christian wedding to claim a bride with a loving kiss. You all know that. So here is a gentle scroll. Bassanio is very happy with the scroll and he does not waste time. He turns to the lady and takes her leave and kisses her. Fine. I come by note to give and receive, like two contending in a prize. Now he is describing his situation, what kind of situation he has faced so far. He says that I come by note means he has kissed Portia as it has been directed on the scroll. So, and he wants to receive means only giving a kiss to Portia won't do. He wants Portia to kiss him as well. To give and receive, like two contending in a prize. Two people competing for a prize. It is given in your book. Contending in a prize, that things he had done well in people's eyes. Hearing applause and universal shout. Giddy in spirit. What is the meaning of giddy in spirit? He is so overwhelmed with excitement. Giddy in spirit, still gazing in a doubt. See what happens. See, have you seen a reality show? Have you seen a reality show? What happens in a reality show, you know? In a reality show, the contestants, the three contestants or four contestants, they are allowed to stand on a stage. And the announcer, you will find that he dramatically announces first runner-up, second runner-up, and in a state of utter surprise, he declares the name of the winner. I have seen a show where the winner was quite confused. It was a reality show, Saregamapa. And Sanchita, a girl from Bengal, was the winner. She was quite confused because there were so many other contestants and the announcement was being done in such a dramatic way. She couldn't understand that she has won the show. She started crying. And then Alka Yagnik gave her the trophy and finally made her realize that she is the winner. Here Bassanio states that he is so excited. The luck, fortune has come upon him with such an overwhelming manner that he cannot properly realize whether he is the winner or not. He is confused, he is feeling giddy. And in that case, he wants to get approval that he is the real winner. He wants to get approval of his success. He considers the situation as a ground of contest where two people were contesting for a prize, and finally there was a decision. People were applauding. The winner's name was announced. There were, peals of praise. Peals meaning? What is the meaning of peals? Repetitive sounds of praises from the audience. But the contestant was quite in a doubt. He was not quite sure whether he is the one who is the winner. So how can the contestant be sure whether he is the winner? If he is handed the trophy. So Portia will have to give the trophy of kiss to Bassanio to make him realize, to give him a reality pinch that yes, he is the winner. Then Bassanio calls Portia thrice fair queen. Sorry, thrice fair lady. Why is she thrice fair lady? Is not clearly mentioned why she is thrice fair, but maybe Portia is being compared to Diana, or the moon goddess, the goddess of chastity, virginity, beauty, because she is often mentioned as thrice fair. Why? She is the moon goddess, she is the goddess of hunting, and she is the goddess of chastity or virginity. Maybe Portia is compared to Diana. That is why she is mentioned as thrice fair lady. Stand I even so, as doubtful whether what I see be true. He is confused. He is expressing his confusion. Until confirmed, signed, and ratified by you. What is this confirmation? The kiss from Portia, the legal document to suggest that yes, she has accepted him as her husband. After that, Portia, like a humble, docile wife, she surrenders all that she had to Bassanio. You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. Though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish. Now see, Portia is being very humble. She asks Lord, she at once calls Bassanio Lord. And she stresses that her stand is very humble. Such as I am. She is considering herself to be a very ordinary girl, very ordinary person. Though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish, to wish myself much better. She states that she has no expectations from life. She need not be better. She need not be more graceful. She is all good, fair, happy with whatever she is. But she is ambitious to be much better now for the sake of Bassanio. See, whenever we love someone, we become aspirant to give that person the best of ours. The best of ours. See, some children are very dedicated to their parents. They feel that I should learn more, I should pay more time, invest more time in my studies, I should try to do better in my exams, I should try to score better marks because my parents love me and I love my parents so much. It would be an expression of my love for them. So the person may not be personally very much ambitious, but for the sake of his parents, he becomes ambitious. Sometimes it so happens, parents, they try to earn money, earn more money, more than that, to satisfy the needs of their children. Had it been declared that the children would not get the share of parents' money, parents would have stopped earning more. Same year, Portia would not have been ambitious to be a better person in all terms had it not been for Bassanio. She is now ambitious to give Bassanio a better Portia, better than the best. She states that she wishes herself much better. Yet for you, I would be trebled. I would be trebled 20 times myself. 20 times myself means 20 into 3. Treble means 3 times. Treble 20 times myself means 60 times better. She would be 60 times better. Okay. 20 times myself, 1,000 times more fair. She wants to be 1,000 times more fair. Fair means beautiful. Okay. And 10,000 times more rich. So, why do you think only 60 times a better person? Okay. 1,000 times more beautiful person and 10,000 times more rich. Why do you think the numerics are so varied in their magnitude? Being a better person is a very tough job, It's a very tough job. So 60 times is enough. And being beautiful is not always in your hands, but then 1,000 times beautiful. She might be going to the parlors and all. I don't know how she will become 1,000 times more beautiful. And 10,000 times rich. Why? Because wealth is something which is very volatile. Today, a very wealthy person may be a pauper the next day. It's a very volatile thing. So maybe for that reason, she is trying to accumulate as much wealth as possible. Maybe she had the clue of coronavirus. It may break out any day, and this 10,000 times more wealth may give her some kind of solace. I don't know why she wanted to store so much of wealth. Anyways, that only to stand high in your account. All these she wants to do only to stand high in her account, in his account. Okay, fine. On his account. See, as if a record of accounts is being made. So there is those who know commerce, they may understand it better. Balance sheet. Okay, it is being added to Bassanio's balance sheet. I might in virtues, beauties, livings, friends exceed in account. She wants to be a better person. She wants to be more beautiful. She wants to be a better person in terms of friendship. She wants to exceed account in all terms. Okay, but the full sum of me is sum of something which to term in gross. See, all these are words which are related to accountancy. Account, to term in gross, all these are related to accountancy. She states that the sum total of her character, to term in gross means the sum total of her character, is an unlessoned girl, unschooled. So the meanings are given. Unlessoned, unschooled. She has not been trained properly. Unpracticed. See? Inexperienced. Unpracticed means inexperienced. This is given in your book. And then she is untrained. She had no education. Okay. Happy, but she is happy that she is not yet so old that she may learn. Means she has enough scope to learn. Happier than this, she is not bred. Bred means she has not been groomed up. in such a way she is not bred. See, it is given. Yes, she is not born so stupid. She has not been bred. She is not born so stupid that she cannot learn. And the happiest fact is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed. See, you can learn only when you are teachable. Do you know the meaning of teachable? When you have the capacity to receive the teachings of your teachers, then only you can learn properly. So here Portia says the happiest part of her personality is that she can be taught. She is ready to receive any kind of lesson. Thus, she commits herself to Lord Bassanio. She surrenders herself, and she considers Bassanio as a lord, her governor, the king. She is so generous that she states that whatever is hers, what is mine to you and yours is now converted. To you and yours means whatever I had, I give it to you, and yours father or yours friend or yours whoever. I won't mind if my things are given to anybody else. I have given it to you. If you want to give it to somebody else, that's fine. Converted. But now I was the lord of this fair mansion. She was the lord. She knows her position, see. She was the lord of this fair mansion. She was the master of her servants. She did not mention she was the mistress. She was the lady. She was the lord. She was the master. She was the queen over herself. Not king, but queen, because she herself is a female. And even now, this house, these servants, and the same myself are yours, my lord. I give them with this ring. She gives him a ring, which when you part from, if you get separated from this ring, if you lose this ring or give away, let it presage. Presage means let it announce the ruin of your love. And I will take the advantage to exclaim on you, means I will take an advantage to be rude to you for this loss of ring. So, children, please go through this explanation and try to read the passages properly. Next time I will send you the later part of the scene.